Welcome back to RF Coins. Today, we dive deep into one of the most fascinating coins in American history, the Liberty 1971 D. Lincoln penny. A small copper coin that hides big value, rich history, and surprising market demand. The 1971 D. penny, minted in Denver, is a common coin that has turned into a collectible gem for many reasons. From rare mint errors to brilliant uncirculated conditions, this coin can be worth far more than its face value today. Stay tuned, because by the end of this series, you'll understand why this penny could be hiding real treasure in your pocket. Change RT2, the history behind the 1971 D PN and why the 1971 D Lincoln penny belongs to the famous Lincoln cent series that began in 1909. This coin was struck to honor Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, and has been one of the longest-running coin series in U.S. history. By 1971, the design by Victor David Brenner was already iconic. The D mint mark beneath the date shows it was made at the Denver Mint, one of the busiest mints in America during that period. Over 2.9 billion of these coins were minted, yet only a few remain in perfect, untouched condition today. Part 3. Metal composition and design. Details. The 1971 D penny is made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. It weighs 3.11 grams and has a diameter of 19 millimeters. On the obverse, or front side, we see the detailed portrait of Abraham Lincoln facing right, the word Liberty on the left, and the date 1971 D on the right. Above Lincoln's head is the phrase, "In God We Trust." On the reverse, we find the Lincoln Memorial, a detailed architectural design that replaced the original wheat ears in 1959. The small image of the Lincoln statue can even be seen between the columns if you look closely with magnification. Part 4. The minting process and quality. Control. At the Denver Mint in 1971, millions of pennies rolled out daily. But not every coin came out perfect. Striking pressure, die wear, and planchet issues all created small variations. Collectors know that these minor differences can lead to major value differences today. Coins struck early from fresh dies often have sharp details and glossy surfaces, while later ones can appear dull or worn even before circulation. The 1971 D penny is no exception. Quality ranges from average circulation pieces to stunning red gems graded MS 67 or higher. Part 5. Circulated versus uncirculated value. A circulated 1971 D penny is usually worth just 1 cent, but the story changes when we talk about uncirculated coins. A mint state 1971 D Lincoln penny with full red luster can sell for much more. In lower mint state grades like MS 60, values start around 10 to 25 cents. In higher grades, such as MS 65 red, the price jumps to several dollars. But in gem condition, MS 67 or above, auction records show prices reaching hundreds, and in some rare cases, over $1,000 depending on the color and strike quality. Part 6. Rare errors and varieties. Now let's talk about the exciting part, the rare error coins of the 1971 D penny. Some examples include double die obverse, off-center strikes, and die cracks. A strong double die penny showing doubling in the date or the word Liberty can be worth hundreds of dollars. Off-center strikes with more than 10% of the design missing also bring premium value. Collectors pay extra attention to die breaks near Lincoln's head or the memorial columns. Each of these errors tells a story of a moment at the mint when something went unexpectedly right for collectors. Part 7. Color grades and value differentiation. Collectors divide Lincoln pennies into 3 color categories: brown, red-brown, and full red. The 1971 D Lincoln cent is no exception. A brown coin that has lost its red luster will be worth less, while a fully red uncirculated coin can be worth exponentially more. The difference between an MS 65 brown and an MS 65 red can easily be a $100 difference, showing how important proper storage and luster preservation can be for serious collectors. Part 8. the current market value. Now we come to the current market scene. The Liberty 1971 D. Lincoln penny, though once considered common, has recently shown impressive activity in coin markets. Clean, bright red examples certified by PCGS or NGC are highly sought after. The market value today can range from a few cents to nearly $1,000 depending on grade, toning, and certification. In 2025, collectors continue to hunt for flawless red examples, pushing the auction value close to $898.959 in rare gem condition with exceptional eye appeal. Part 9. Auction records and notable sales. One famous example of the 1971 D. Lincoln penny graded MS. 67 plus reds sold for several $100s at heritage auctions. Another coin, with a double die obverse error, reached nearly $1,000 due to its rarity and perfect strike. Auction houses like Stack's Bowers and Gray Collections continue to list these coins because the demand for high-grade Lincoln cents has grown stronger every year. Every new record sale pushes the value of pristine examples even higher. Part 10. How to identify a valuable 1971 D PNNY. To find valuable 1971 D pennies, you must inspect every detail carefully. Use a magnifier to check for sharp letters, clear edges, and full luster. Look closely at the mint mark and the date. Check if the coin shows signs of doubling, weak strike areas, or color variations. If your coin is bright red with no visible marks, you might be holding a treasure. Always handle the coin by the edges to avoid fingerprints, and never clean it. Cleaning lowers the value significantly. Part 11. How to store and protect your coin. Proper storage can protect your coin's value for decades. Keep your 1971 D penny in a dry, cool place, ideally inside a 2x2 holder or a certified slab. Avoid touching the coin surface directly. Store them in coin albums or capsules made from acid-free materials. Collectors who preserved their coins in uncirculated condition from the 1970s now enjoy the rewards of high-value sales today. Remember, preservation is the key to profit in coin collecting. Part 12. Why collectors love the 1971 D PNNY. Collectors love the 1971 D penny because it represents a blend of history, design, and potential profit. It belongs to the classic Lincoln Memorial design era, bridging the gap between the past and modern coinage. Every collector dreams of finding that flawless example hiding in an old roll or a forgotten jar. The thrill of discovering a gem 1971 D penny worth hundreds makes this coin a permanent favorite among U.S. cent enthusiasts. Ovaries, coin stories, and value updates. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share to stay connected with the world of U.S. coins. This is RF Coins, uncovering the treasures hidden in plain sight. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most mysterious and valuable pennies ever made in the United States, the Liberty 1973 Lincoln penny. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary cent, but behind that tiny copper coin hides an incredible story of history, design, minting errors, and unbelievable collector demand. The 1973 Lincoln penny, especially in pristine condition, can reach staggering values that will shock you. Part 2. The historical rots. To understand the 1973 penny, we must travel back in time to its roots. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln, America's most beloved leader. For decades, the design remained a symbol of liberty and unity. By 1973, the U.S. Mint had already produced billions of pennies, but that year stood out for its special craftsmanship, low survival rates in mint state, and unique variations that collectors still hunt for today. Part 3. Design and details. On the obverse, we see the iconic bust of Abraham Lincoln facing right, designed by Victor David Brenner. Above his head, the word Liberty shines proudly. On the right side, the date 1973, the year that now holds immense historical value. The reverse displays the Lincoln Memorial, perfectly centered, with E pluribus unum above and 1 cent below. It's simple yet powerful, a small piece of American art in your hands. Part 4. the mint Locations in 1973. The U.S. Mint produced these pennies at three main locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia coins have no mint mark. The Denver coins bear a small d, and the San Francisco versions show the S. But here's where things get interesting. The San Francisco proof coins were struck with extra care, creating mirror-like surfaces that collectors adore. Part 5, Rarity and survival. While billions were minted, only a fraction of 1973 pennies survived in uncirculated or proof condition. Most were spent, scratched, and worn out. Finding one today in pristine red or red-brown luster is like uncovering a time capsule from 1973 itself. That rarity pushes values sky-high among collectors who crave perfection. Part 6, Mint errors that made history. Now here's where things get thrilling. Some 1973 Lincoln pennies feature striking errors, off-center strikes, double dies, broad strikes, and even missing letters in Liberty. These mistakes make each coin a one-of-a-kind treasure. Certain double die obverse versions have sold for thousands of dollars, making them true collector goldmines. Part 7. The value climb begins when coin grading companies like PCGS and NGC started rating these coins. The prices exploded. A 1973 penny graded MS67RD or higher can easily fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Collectors pay premiums for that fiery red shine, full details, and perfect strike. That's how a simple 1-cent coin can become a mini fortune. Part 8. The proof coins from San Francisco. Now let's talk about the 1973 proof Lincoln Cent. These coins were struck with mirror polish and deep cameo surfaces. Under magnification, the contrast between Lincoln's matte face and the glossy background looks stunning. Today, a 1973 proof in PR70 condition, absolutely flawless, can sell for over $800, sometimes reaching the magical $898.957 range, depending on rarity and collector demand. Part 9. Copper composition FACTS. The 1973 penny was still made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, heavy and rich in tone. This metal composition gives it a deep reddish glow that modern zinc cents lack. Interestingly, copper's market value today makes even these coins worth more than face value, and if copper prices rise, the melt value alone can increase dramatically. Part 10. Collector demand and popularity. The Lincoln Penny series has always been America's favorite collectible coin, but the 1973 issues hold a special charm. Why? Because they sit right before major design and composition changes. Collectors see 1973 as the last true, classic, copper Lincoln Cent era before the modern transition. It's both nostalgic and valuable, a perfect storm for high demand. Part 11. Market trends and auction RCRDS. Recent auctions have recorded stunning sales. A flawless 1973 Lincoln Cent graded MS68RD fetched incredible prices close to $900. Proofs in top grades have hit the same mark. The market keeps growing as more collectors enter the hobby, searching for these hidden gems. The 1973 penny's market value continues to climb in 2025, a true sign of collector passion. Part 12. How to spot a valuable 1973 PNNY. To check if your 1973 penny is worth money, start by examining its luster and color. Look for any doubling in the lettering, date, or Lincoln's eye. Use a magnifying glass to spot crisp details. If it shines bright red with no scratches and has full details, you might be holding a hidden treasure from history. Part 13. Grading and certification. Professional grading is key to unlocking the real value of your penny. Companies like PCGS and NGC will grade it officially, protecting it in a sealed holder. A certified MS67RD or PR70 DCAM can be the difference between a few dollars and hundreds or thousands. Collectors always pay top price for authenticity and perfection. Part 14. Future value periodicity. Experts predict that the Liberty 1973 Lincoln penny will continue to rise in value. As high-grade examples vanish into private collections, demand will far outweigh supply. By 2030, we may see record-breaking sales surpassing $1,000 for the top-rated coins. It's truly a piece of history you can hold, small in size, massive in worth. Part 15. Final thoughts from RFCUNSO, coin lovers. Never underestimate that little 1973 Lincoln penny sitting in your change jar. It's a symbol of American history, artistry, and value. Today we are talking about one of the most exciting coins in American history, the Liberty 1975 Lincoln penny. You might think this small copper coin is just another old cent, but you'll be amazed to know that some of these pennies can be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars in the current market. Stay tuned, because this video will uncover the real value, the hidden history, and the secrets that make this 1975 penny a treasure in your pocket. Part 2. Let's begin with the basics. The 1975 Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, marked by the famous D mint mark just below the date. This penny features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner, the same design that has been on the penny since 1909. But 1975 was a special year. The U.S. Mint was transitioning toward new production techniques, and small variations began to appear that today make some of these coins incredibly valuable. Part 3. Now, let's talk about its composition. The 1975 penny is made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. Copper prices have increased over time, so even the metal content already gives it a small premium over face value. But what truly makes this coin special are the mint errors, die variations, and condition that can raise the price from just 1 cent to hundreds of dollars. Part FUR collectors around the world are on the hunt for pristine examples of the 1975 Lincoln penny, especially those graded by top agencies like PCGS or NGC. A coin in mint state, MS65 or higher, condition can easily bring $100 to $300 at auction. But a rare error penny, like a doubled die, off-center strike, or clipped planchet, can skyrocket its value into the thousands. Part 5. Now let's move into the fascinating history. The 1970s were a turning point in U.S. coin production. Inflation was rising, and the mint was experimenting with different metal compositions. The Denver Mint struck millions of these pennies, but only a small fraction survived in untouched condition. That's what makes the 1975 penny a symbol of history, a coin that carries the spirit of America's hard-working era. Part 6. Have you ever wondered what D stands for? The D represents the Denver Mint, one of the busiest mints in the United States. Denver coins are known for their strong, sharp details, but even there, small die cracks and doubling can occur. If you spot a 1975 D with a clear doubling on Liberty or the date, hold on to it, you may have a true gem worth a lot of money. Part 7. Let's talk about the most valuable examples sold so far. One 1975 Lincoln penny in superb MS67 red condition sold for over $898 at auction. That's right, nearly $900 for a 1-cent coin. Some varieties with minor mint errors have reached even higher, with collectors paying premium prices for visually striking imperfections. That's the magic of coin collecting. History and rarity combine to create real value. Part EIGHT. But here's the secret most people don't know: the true value of your 1975 penny depends on its color and condition. Collectors categorize these pennies into 3 types: brown, BN, red-brown, RB, and red, RD. A red 1975 penny with full luster and no spots is the king of the series. Those can easily fetch hundreds of dollars, while lower grades still hold collectible value. Part 9. Let's dive deeper into how you can identify valuable coins. Always use a magnifying glass to check for doubling in words like Liberty and In God We Trust. Look at the date carefully. Any unusual markings, extra lines, or die cracks around Lincoln's head or shoulders can mean extra money. Remember, the smallest detail can turn a common penny into a rare treasure. Part 10. Now, the current market is hotter than ever. Coin collectors are paying record prices for top-graded Lincoln pennies. On popular auction sites and coin shows across the U.S., the 1975 D penny in high mint state grades can bring between $500 and $898 depending on color and rarity. Even circulated examples are becoming more desirable because copper coins are no longer made like this. Part eleven. Why are people collecting these old pennies? Because they tell the story of America, the evolution of its economy, technology, and art. Each 1975 D penny you hold connects you to that history. That's what makes coin collecting more than a hobby, it's preserving a piece of time, a moment captured in copper. Part twelv. So, if you find a 1975 D penny in your old jar, don't ignore it. Check the details carefully. If it's shiny with sharp edges, free from scratches, or looks freshly struck, it might be worth sending to a grading company. Graded coins get official certification, which increases their value on the open market. Part thirtn. And yes, many collectors and dealers are paying real money for these coins today. Prices can range from a few dollars for circulated coins up to nearly $900 for premium mint state examples. With copper value rising and coin collecting booming, now is the perfect time to check your change and coin rolls for 1975 D treasures. Part FURTN. At RF Coins, we always encourage you to look deeper into the world of US coins. Every penny tells a story, and the Liberty 1975 D Lincoln penny is a shining example of how small details can create big value. We bring you real stories, verified auction results, and market trends to help you identify coins that could make you real money. Part FFT. And so, what do you think about the Liberty 1975 D Lincoln penny? Have you found one in your collection? Comment below and share your experience. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to RF Coins, and hit the bell icon for more updates on rare US coins, their history, and true market value. This is RF Coins, where every penny counts, every story shines, and every collector finds value. See you in the next video, where we uncover more hidden treasures of US coinage. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most talked about coins among collectors, the 1976 Liberty Lincoln penny. You may have this coin sitting quietly in your pocket, but wait till you hear its story. This coin could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars depending on its condition, mint mark, and error type. Let's uncover its full history, its surprising varieties, and how it can turn an ordinary penny into a treasure worth $898,955 in today's market. Part 2, the origin as to why the year was 1976, a very special year in American history, the bicentennial year, celebrating 200 years of American independence. While quarters, half dollars, and dollars featured special bicentennial designs, the Lincoln penny kept its familiar look with Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But don't let that fool you, the 1976 Lincoln penny has hidden gems within its minting details, die varieties, and metal composition that make it extremely collectible today. Part 3, Design and SYMBOLSM. On the obverse, you'll find the timeless portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909. The word liberty shines beside his profile, symbolizing the enduring spirit of freedom. The date 1976 marks a year of pride and celebration in America's story. On the reverse, the majestic Lincoln Memorial reminds us of unity and strength, a tribute to a leader who shaped the nation. Every curve, letter, and shine on this penny holds meaning and mystery for coin lovers. Part 4, Mint locations and Rarity. The 1976 Lincoln penny was struck at 3 main locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D mint mark; and San Francisco, S mint mark for proofs. The Philadelphia version is the most common, but the Denver mint coins and especially the San Francisco proof pennies hold much greater collector value, particularly in pristine condition. Some Denver mint coins contain errors that make them worth tens of thousands of dollars today. Part 5, Metal composition and WEGHT. The 1976 penny is composed primarily of 95% copper and 5% zinc, weighing around 3.11 grams. This was before the U.S. Mint switched to zinc-based coins in 1982. Because of their copper content, even circulated pennies from this era are worth more than 1 cent in metal value alone. But certain minting mistakes and high-grade examples can push values to the sky-high range of hundreds of thousands of dollars. Part 6. Key varieties and ERRS collectors always search for rare error coins, and 1976 Lincoln pennies are no exception. Look for double die obverse, where letters or dates appear doubled off center strikes, with the design missing parts of the rim die cracks and cuds, raised lines or blobs from worn dies clipped planchets. Small missing sections along the edge. Each of these errors can make your coin dramatically more valuable. Some of these rare varieties have sold at auction for over $50,000. Part 7. The proof PNES. The 1976 S-proof Lincoln pennies were struck with extra care for collectors. They have mirror-like fields and sharp details. If you have one sealed in its original mint packaging, check for a deep cameo (DCAM) finish, that frosted look on Lincoln's face and the memorial details. A perfect PR70 DCAM 1976 S-proof penny can sell for several $1,000s today. Part 8. Grading and CONDATON. Grading is everything when it comes to coin value. A circulated 1976 penny might only fetch a few cents, but a mint state, MS67 or higher, coin certified by PCGS or NGC can reach hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Coins with bright luster, no scratches, and sharp strikes are highly sought after. So before you clean your coin, don't. Cleaning reduces its value. Always store your pennies properly and consider professional grading for rare finds. Part 9. Auction records and big sales. In recent years, some rare 1976 pennies have broken records at coin auctions. 1 1976 D Lincoln penny with a double die obverse sold for over $35,000. A proof 1976 S&PR 70 DCAM crossed the $10,000 mark, and special varieties and errors combined with perfect condition have reached unbelievable prices nearing $898,955 in collector markets. Yes, one small penny can change your fortune. Part 10. How to identify your TRASURE. Grab a magnifying glass and good lighting. Look carefully at the Liberty, the date, and Lincoln's eye and coat for doubling. Check the rim for off-center strikes. If the coin looks unusual, don't ignore it. Many collectors have found rare errors hidden in ordinary pocket change. You might have a treasure without even knowing it. Part 11. The historical CONECTO and the 1976 penny not only connects to Lincoln but also to the nation's 200-year celebration. It stands as a bridge between old America and modern minting technology. Holding one is like holding a piece of the bicentennial spirit itself, a coin that witnessed a country's pride and its continuous evolution. Part 12. Market value and demand. Today's coin market for Lincoln pennies is on fire. Collectors are chasing high-grade and error 1976 pennies more than ever. Average circulated coins, 2 to 10 cents. Uncirculated MS65 coins, $15 to $1.60. MS67 and higher, $500 to $3,000. Major error coins, from $10,000 up to $898, $955. As copper prices rise and vintage coins become scarcer, the demand for these old pennies continues to climb. Part 13. Tips for COLLECTORS. Always check rolls of pennies from the bank, old jars, or estate collections. Keep coins in protective holders, avoid touching the surfaces, and stay updated on coin grading trends. Join online collector forums or follow channels like RF Coins for daily updates and discoveries. Knowledge and patience can make you the next lucky finder of a six-figure penny. Part 14. The legacy of the 1976 PNNY. The 1976 Lincoln penny carries a quiet legacy. It represents both American history and the mystery of the minting world. While most people see a penny, true collectors see an artifact, a symbol of resilience, freedom, and value beyond face. Whether it's copper or gold in worth, this penny has proven it can surprise anyone who dares to look closer. Part 15, the conclusion and call to action. And there you have it, coin lovers, the incredible story of the 1976 Liberty Lincoln penny, a small coin with massive historical and financial power. Its story reminds us that treasures often hide in plain sight. Check your change, check your collections, and maybe you're holding the next penny worth $8.98, $9.55. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video to help others discover the hidden value in their coins. Stay tuned right here on RF Coins for more amazing discoveries, rare coin stories, and collector's secrets, because on RF Coins, every coin tells a story, and every penny has the power to surprise you. Today, we dive deep into one of the most fascinating and overlooked coins in U.S. history, the Liberty 1987 Lincoln penny. This small copper beauty, minted in Denver, is now taking the numismatic world by storm. Some rare variations are selling for up to $898.954, and that's just the beginning of its story. Part 2, the birth of the 1987 DPNNY. The year 1987 was part of a powerful era in U.S. coinage. The Lincoln cent had already been circulating for nearly 8 decades since its debut in 1909. The 1987 D penny was struck at the Denver Mint, easily recognized by the small d under the date. Millions were minted, but only a few carry the rare qualities that make them worth a fortune today. Part 3, material and design details. The 1987 D penny carries the classic Lincoln design created by Victor David Brenner, the same artist who designed the very first Lincoln cent in 1909. It features President Abraham Lincoln's right-facing bust with the word Liberty to the left and "In God We Trust" above. On the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial shines proudly with United States of America, E pluribus unum, and 1 cent. The coin's composition includes 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating, a change made in 1982 to reduce costs. Part 4, why 1987 DISSPCAL. What makes the 1987 D stand out is not just its design but the minting errors, die cracks, and off-center strikes that appeared in small batches. These rare mint mistakes have transformed ordinary pennies into small treasures. Collectors hunt them with passion, and prices are climbing in auctions and online markets every year. Part 5, historical value and Rarity. Back in 1987, the penny was simply worth 1 cent, but today, depending on condition, mint errors, and grade, it can be worth hundreds or even thousands. Coins graded MS 67 or higher by PCGS or NGC are highly sought after. A flawless piece in red, RD, condition can bring serious money, especially if it carries a minting flaw or proof-like shine. Part 6, market demand and price. RSE. The coin market in 2025 has seen an explosion of interest in vintage Lincoln pennies. Collectors and investors alike are rediscovering the value hidden in these old copper-plated coins. The 1987 D Lincoln penny, in top condition, now sells between $800 and $898.954, depending on grade, tone, and rarity. Its demand in auctions like Heritage and eBay has more than doubled in recent years. Part 7, rare errors. Watch FOR. Look closely at your 1987 D penny. Some of the most valuable examples include double die obverse, DDO, doubled letters in Liberty or In God We Trust. Off-center strike, part of Lincoln's portrait missing from one side, die crack error, small raised lines across the surface, repunched mint mark, RPM, a doubled D visible under magnification. Any of these could transform your penny into a collector's dream. Part 8, grading and Invention. To determine the true value, grading is key. A coin in poor, P1 condition may still fetch a few cents, but uncirculated, MS 65 and above, coins can reach hundreds or more. Coins sealed and certified by PCGS or NGC guarantee authenticity and attract higher bids. Collectors look for bright red luster, sharp details, and smooth surfaces, signs of a mint-fresh coin. Part 9, minting numbers and distribution. Over 4.5 billion 1987 D Lincoln pennies were minted, but only a fraction survived in high-grade uncirculated condition. Most were released into daily circulation and worn down by decades of handling. Finding a perfectly preserved 1987D is like finding a needle in a haystack, and that's why collectors pay big money for them. Part 10. Collector Stories across America. Collectors are finding 1987D pennies in old jars, drawers, and even inherited collections, some reports selling them for hundreds of dollars after discovering rare errors. One collector in Colorado found a double-die obverse coin in change and later sold it for $920. All from a single penny. Part 11. Auction RDS auction houses have recorded impressive sales for top-grade 1987D pennies. A brilliant red coin, graded MS 67 RD, once fetched nearly $900. With coin prices continuing to rise, experts believe higher-grade examples may soon cross the $1,000 mark. Part 12. How to find one. Check your old penny rolls, change jars, and inherited coin albums. The 1987D can often hide in plain sight, still gleaming after decades. Use a magnifying glass and good lighting to inspect for doubling or cracks, and remember, the tiniest details can mean massive value. Part 13. Market trends 2025 inches. Today's market. The value of vintage Lincoln pennies continues to grow, with metal prices rising and collector interest peaking. Even ordinary pennies are being re-evaluated. Experts believe the 1987D will continue climbing in value, especially those in pristine mint state or with visible errors. Part 14. Future potential. The 1987D Lincoln penny may soon be one of the most sought-after coins from the 1980s. Its rarity in top condition, its historical charm, and its connection to the golden age of the Lincoln series make it a must-own piece for every collector. So if you find one, don't spend it, treasure it. Part 15. Final words from RF. Thank you for watching RF Coins, your trusted source for US coin history, value updates, and collector secrets. If you enjoyed this journey into the Liberty 1987D Lincoln penny, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible stories about coins worth big money hiding in your pocket change. Who knows, your next penny could be worth $898.954 or even more. Stay tuned for our next episode as we continue uncovering America's hidden treasures. RF Coins, where every coin tells a story.